Hi everyone, and thank you for tuning back into Aaron Meets World. So this week we are going to continue with our Star Wars Galaxy's Edge coverage with my review of the Legacy Darth Maul lightsaber, which you can pick up in Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I believe this guy went for around $139.99, maybe a little bit more than that. Their prices have been changing a little bit, going up. But I just picked up one of the sabers. You can actually pick up two Darth Maul sabers, and then under the black felt that inside its casing, if you lift up the case that this sits in, there is a piece that can screw into the bottom. Well, this piece screws off where you would normally go to get to the batteries. I screw that piece in, and it's a coupler. So then you can screw two of them together and end up with a double-sided Darth Maul lightsaber, which I did get to hold when I was in Doc Ondar's. They did have one put together, and it was very cool. But I had already picked up the Rey lightsaber. We picked up two of the Sabi's Build Your Own lightsabers. So by that point, I didn't really have a lot of extra spending room to do more than I already had. So I just picked up one, and I'm glad I did. As you can see, this is a very detailed lightsaber. It's very cool looking. And the thing I actually like best about this is the sound effects. I think this has one of the coolest sound effects out of any of the lightsabers that you can buy. This one kind of crackles with electricity. It definitely sounds dark side. So it really gives you that cool feeling. And I'll go ahead and stick the blade in right now. As I explained in my last video, there's a large groove and a small groove in the lightsaber, and a big peg and a small peg on the blade, and you just match them up, twist in counterclockwise, the blade's locked in. And for the Darth Maul lightsaber, you actually twist this clockwise, this red dial here, to turn it on. And then there's Darth Maul's saber all lit up. So this one's very cool. I like it a lot. But I do have to say, it is actually the most uncomfortable saber. Like if you were going to twirl it around or do cuts with, which I'll overlay on top of this so you can see me messing around with it outside. But it, because of all the dials and the sharp metal, this is all metal, it does have some decent weight to it. It does kind of dig into your skin a little bit. Especially if you're holding it up towards the top, which you will inevitably do if you're doing cuts with it two-handed. So by comparison to the Rey saber, or especially the Sabi sabers, it's not the most comfortable lightsaber to twirl around, but it's definitely a cool showpiece. If you love Darth Maul, you should have this. But as far as comfortability goes, I think the Build Your Own lightsabers are actually the most comfortable lightsabers you can get in Galaxy's Edge. My Elemental Nature lightsaber is much more comfortable to like spin around and chop at things with than the Rey or Darth Maul lightsaber that I have. But actually the most comfortable lightsaber that we picked up was actually my wife's. I twirled that one around a little bit more, and it's smooth with basically no sharp edges. Hers was the Peace and Justice, I want to say that's what they call it, the typical kind of chrome Jedi lightsaber look. And that one was much more comfortable than even my Elemental Nature, because even mine has a little bit of sharp edges towards the top and down the handle a little bit as it goes back and forth from the rubberized wood overlay to the metal parts. So the Peace and Justice I think was very comfortable for actual use. And the Sabi's build your own lightsabers, I feel like overall are just more comfortable if you're going to swing them around, while these are definitely built to be as screen accurate as possible. And I think they did a good job pulling that off. So anyways, I do recommend getting this if you have the chance, and if you like Darth Maul. This was one of the few sabers that they did have plenty of in stock when I was at Galaxy's Edge. They didn't have the Return of the Jedi Luke in stock. They didn't have the Obi-Wan in stock. No Ahsoka. There's no surprise there, though. That one's been sold out pretty much since they opened. So I think you won't have a hard time picking this up if you want to. Or especially if you want to pick up 2 of them, which, again, if you like Darth Maul, I think you should do to get the full double-bladed lightsaber. That would be cool. Anyways, let me know in the comments if you have any questions at all about this lightsaber. As always, please like my video, please share this video, and please subscribe. Anyways, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time.